Hello everyone, I am Walt. Here we are with the first part of unit number 9, which is going to be about perception and attention on the internet. So, perception, attention, what is this all about? What are we going to be talking about today? Yeah, so this first one is going to be a little bit about web design, but mostly about perception. So perception is not reality, despite what many people think. So many people see what they feel, what they taste, what they smell, etc. All these different senses, of course, what they're hearing. All the 5 senses are going to inform people of, information. And then the brain kind of paints it together into a little bit of a picture there to say, okay, you know what, this is what reality is. But look at the sense of sight, for example. When it comes to seeing things, you're only seeing about 5% or less, I believe, of the EM spectrum. So you're missing out on a lot of the things that are actually being reflected light-wise. So when I look at, for example, this tree leaf, nice and rough as well, when I'm feeling it here, and tactile sense and whatnot. Still, when I look at it, I can see the various shades of green that I can perceive with my eyes, and it seems like, okay, here's a tree leaf. Well, the thing is, though, our brain is taking this input from many different things here based off all these different photoreceptors on the retina. Of course, it is putting this all together into one picture, and it is also inverting the image, okay, because it comes in upside down. And so it's turning it back around and doing all this visual processing and adding all these little pretty details to make the photo less pixelated, kind of basically, if you want to think about it from a computer perspective. Then really it's kind of doing that. It's adding together all these little bits and trying to make it look pretty so the mind can, make sense of it. All of that stuff is simply perception. It is not what's really there. It's what I can see there based on the equipment I have for seeing. And of course, many other creatures can have, a variety of other senses. They can see in many different wavelengths and stuff. Of course, the whole number of things that can see in ultraviolet, infrared. There's some pretty cool things that a lot of animals can do in that direction. Regardless, perception simply is not reality, particularly when it comes to psychological perception about what we think is going on versus what's actually going on. How we define it, how we tell the story is important there. Hey, Goldie. Goldie too. Anywho, chickens, so fun. Anywho, my main point about perception is simply that perception is not reality. Yet the internet, of course, has some potential to give us a variety of different perceptions. One of them being when it comes to web design, because you can make stuff really ugly really easily, and you can make some really good stuff that will attract more attention and get more people to check out your web design. I've linked up a few things on web design here under this one if you want to check them out. I'm not going to say too much about it other than that, but there are a variety of things that people find pleasing color-wise, appearance, that kind of stuff. And there's some things that people really hate. So you got to make sure your colors harmonize well versus, don't have them all contrasting and all that kind of stuff, for example, is a good one. Regardless, the big takeaway from this video is simply perception is not reality, but on the internet is going to try to have, your best people, your best advertisers give you the perception of a variety of things in order to best sell their products, get out the right information, etc., depending on whatever cause or, company it's all behind. But basically, a lot of things at the end of the day, perception basically is not reality, and this is particularly important when it comes to the internet. Anywho, that is about it for this first part of unit number 9. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you guys next time with our next video. Stay tuned. I'll see you then.